can
Little eggs
have
and
crab. Crab in an omelet. It would be
I
delicious.
can?
Oh man,
People do it all the time,
Thanks,
but
Tom.
it's usually
Salmon.
K-R-A-B.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's like
That's the only way to spell
Oh.
crab.
crab-ish.
I don't
I
hate
spell shrimp with a K.
I don't hate
Silent
crab.
K.
I don't hate that crab with a K.
No, I'm sure it's fine.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
It's just different.
And the
I use
color
it
is
differently.
like ridiculous.
Right. You
The,
have to go to
the
different
texture,
color.
yeah,
Comes
no.
from nature.
The color comes from
What's funny
the
is, like-
crab
So does
eating
Doritos.
shrimps, because that's the same way that flamingos get the color.
That's right.
That
It's
is
actually
true.
made of
I like
pollock,
to
and I
eat
don't.
flamingo, also spelled with a K. It's okay.
Oh,
hey! Oh,
welcome to
we're live.
Smorgasbord, where we talk about food and games. Mostly
Rob.
games. Hey, this is the final day of the Winter Spectacular. The final top 10 lists. Several top 10 lists are happening today, including our top 10, which we have not yet done.
Top 10 games of the year.
Oh, of the year?
Of the year.
I need to redeem
Yeah.
my
And
list.
it's this year.
This year,
Seriously?
2022.
But we are going to be talking about this year a little bit later on in this episode. And we want to do some thank yous to some of our Kickstarter backers. We want to say thank you to Manuel Siebert, to Pippo and Eris from Germany, to Bruno Feduti and his game designs.
That's dedicated to
No, it's Bruno Feduti. Why not? To Haley and Isaiah Melvin.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
He talks in our Facebook group.
I've seen him on there, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bruno.
To Stacy Riggins, to Post Application Jake, that's after you get sunburned, and Matthew Lowery.
All right.
Wait, post-application Jake?
Post-application.
Is it like a superhero we're not aware of?
I don't know.
Wow, what's
I don't
that?
know.
I really like
Do you
that.
think it could be Jake from State Farm?
Oh.
Is this Jake?
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing? Right, yeah. I don't know what he's wearing.
You're wearing a brand new Dice Tower East t-shirt.
Heck yes, I am.
That is
Yeah.
called a segue.
Hey-yo.
Okay.
Dice Tower
Nothing but
East.
net.
2020, year after this one. 4.
All the cool folks
Got
are
the
going to be
merch.
there.
So, yes, sign up for Dice Tower East or Dice Tower West. And get shirts. You can get that when you sign up for Dice Tower East. If you don't like that
Yes.
shirt, we got other shirts at DicetowerStore.com. If you want to think about other cool things, we have a plushie, new plushie that's amazing. That'll be part of our,
I like a new plushie.
Oh, when can I release that image?
whenever you want to put it on the schedule.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
All
Make
I'm
them
saying
wait.
is,
Make them wait.
all
when
I'm
should I
saying
bring
is
it? It's
there
so
are
cute.
breaks during Board Game Smorgasbord.
Go to DicetowerKickstarter.com and sign up to be notified when our Kickstarter launches, which is January, the second week of January, 8th. Is it January 8th? That's my son's birthday. Huh. Anyway. Let's go to the news.
Mate, how fast I can run.
I am not underestimating
I'm so
you.
fast.
All right. Dice Tower News. Here we go. Dice Breaker, a website which has news about board games sometimes.
It's a lot of, board games is just one of the tabs you can click.
Yeah, and they are more. I looked at their news when I heard about this. They're being sold, by the way. They're up for sale. They're owned by Reed Pop, which makes a lot of sense. I wondered why they did an award show at PAX, but
Yeah.
PAX is also run by Reed Pop.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Okay.
And they're not looking to sell any of their events or conventions, just the
Dicebreaker.
Dicebreaker site, I
Right.
believe.
Yeah.
Well, and there's other sites. I don't know if those are part of it as well.
I should set them an offer of $150.
Ooh, well, you might want to put inflation into account. $170.
Good point. Hasbro fired a bunch of people, or laid them off, I guess. Firing is a strong word. 1,100 over the next 6 to 12 months.
And that was the second round of layoffs. I think there was
Yeah.
one
Yeah, they
earlier,
did 800 people earlier. There's a lot. I don't know how many people. Let's see. Their worldwide count currently is 6,300, which is actually less than I would think.
Yeah.
But they might have their stuff produced at other factories.
Was this the one, were they also saying that they were going to basically shut down a place in Rhode Island? Was that Hasbro, or was that a different news story?
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. Yes.
Well, I also
no,
saw-
they're going to. Yes, they're going to. Yes, they're going to consolidate. They're going to shut down their Providence, Rhode Island
Right,
office and consolidate at Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
I also saw a
Okay.
little bit that some of these layoffs are hitting Wizards of the Coast,
Yes.
which is owned by Hasbro,
Oh, I didn't
and that
realize
it's
that.
Yeah.
that Wizards of the Coast was very profitable, I believe, but some of those layoffs kind of go across the board,
Right.
and so maybe some of the toy department, not performing as well, is impacting the trading card game side of things. So, yeah, it's just sad news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Play to Z. This is a new company that was just announced yesterday from Zev, who used to run Z-Man Games. So Zev Schlesinger started Z-Man Games. Z-Man Games found pandemic, became very popular. Z-Man Games was bought by Plan B. Plan B was then bought by Asmodee. Zev left at that point and went to work at WizKids, where he was their board game director. He left that position earlier this year and is now starting Play to Z. Several investors got behind him, and WizKids, I don't know that we ever officially announced this, but WizKids is getting out of the board game business. I think they have a few more in the pipeline, and that's it, like one or two.
And we may have an announcement for one of them too. Can't remember if that's a WizKids game or not.
Yeah, Ascending Empires, though, was announced from WizKids, but since they're not doing it,
Right.
Zev got the rights to do that. And that will be coming to Kickstarter or crowdfunding. I don't know if it's Kickstarter for sure.
Yeah.
It says Kickstarter here. In next quarter, quarter 1 to 2024.
Okay.
This is a reprint of Ascending Empires, which came out in 2011, a flicking civilization game, which had some production problems. So hopefully that's fixed in this one. The art looks good on the cover for sure.
I do like that
Absolutely,
color.
yeah.
And it's obviously a space-themed civilization game, yeah?
Right, with some dexterity, yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Now I wonder what someone asked this question on one of the threads I read. What happened to that Camelot game? The story-driven game based on Tales of Arabian Nights.
Oh, right.
Because that was also coming from WizKids. They had announced that. And that was also one of Zev's personal projects that he wanted to get done. So
Yeah.
I bet you that will also come from Play to Z at some
Yeah,
point.
because prototypes of that were being played at one of our conventions. I can't remember which one.
Was that the retreat?
It was at the retreat?
Actually, it was at the retreat in 2022.
Right.
I remember
Oh,
that.
wow.
right,
So over a year ago.
Yep.
Wow.
So there you go. That's happening. So keep an eye out for that. Play to Z. Do you buy postage stamps? You probably don't. But if you did,
Oh, wow.
there's D&D postage stamps.
Can you please read the
Oh, I
headline
like
to this
this.
news story, Tom?
Postage is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes! That's mine. That's mine. Byline by Delicio.
I will say, next time you buy Forever Stamps, although it probably won't be for a while because I just told you to buy a ton of them.
I used a lot of them for the Christmas cards, though.
Let's buy these D&D ones.
If I get them by the end of the year before the cost of living goes up, when are these being released? I gotta sneak
And
in.
then November 2023. Oh no, these are for 2024.
Yeah.
So they're 2024 cola
I'm
increase.
assuming they're going to be soon, but here's the thing. I mean, first of all, I think they look very cool.
They really look
I
good.
think those
absolutely
look great. And if
Yes.
you ever, if you still question whether D&D is part of popular culture, come on. With Stranger Things,
Oh,
with the U.S.
what?
Postal Service having...
If anything, I think it's had an increase here
Yes.
recently with the Stranger Things.
I
with,
agree.
Yeah, to be fair, I think more highly of Stranger Things than I do of the United States Postal Service.
Yeah.
I hope
Oh, this is weird.
I hope that some people who were super anti Dungeons and Dragons when it first come out, I hope they got lots of Christmas cards.
That's
on them.
right.
Yes.
I
That'd
agree.
be amazing. They're
Yep.
what is this?
Go back our Kickstarter for a Christmas
There'll be
card for
burning
those
of
people,
envelopes.
and I will use
Yes.
this stamp.
Those look great.
I'm so excited. Yes, we will be getting hundreds of these when
Speaking
they
of
release.
looking great, Galileo Galilei is a new game that's been announced
The new publisher.
from a new publisher, Czech publisher. Oh no, the publisher's Czech. Sorry, Pink Troubadour. Troubadour. How do you pronounce that word?
Trombone, or I can't see the
Troubadour.
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 The wandering musician, right? Isn't that what a troubadour is?
Oh, is it not the dan thing? What is that with the bull?
It's actually
Toreador.
no. I think it is
okay.
that it's you can't see the word. It's underneath that
Yeah,
ink, but it's
Pink
in a
Troubadour, yeah.
it's in
Oh,
a
okay.
It's in like a French
sousaphone
horn
there or a
sousaphone.
French horn. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what that is.
That's a neat looking cover.
That's a great cover.
That
And
is
also,
beautiful.
I've seen the side of the box. The planet extends onto the side.
Yes,
which
I
is
love
great.
that. That's cool.
That's very cool. I like the look of that. Probably going to be a Euro, right? I mean, I would assume.
With that much beige, I assume.
That's
Just
a
the theme.
beautiful cover.
Yeah,
Now,
it is
there's no way,
gorgeous, yeah.
immediately I'm like,
I want to play
This is in the conversation for best covers of 2024.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That's
You know
great.
what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. I love that the amount of artwork that we get these days, the quality of
Yeah.
that artwork is tremendous.
And as stupid as it sounds, the signature font
Oh.
that you can still read.
Absolutely,
You know what I mean?
nailed that font.
I like
yes.
that a lot.
Absolutely.
Is that his actual signature?
I have no idea. I mean, I guess it could be.
I mean, there's variations
Well, now I'm
in
looking it
that.
up.
Looking it up.
So, yeah.
Go to
Galileo.
realsignatures.com.
If you look at all the letters,
That
there is
kinda looks like
variation in
his.
them. Let me see.
That's
That's
definitely.
his signature.
Yeah,
yeah.
Close to it. No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his
That's
signature.
his signature, yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Nice
Okay.
font, though.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of covers that draw you in and make you want to know about the game, and I mean, we just researched the signature.
Yeah,
like that's
exactly.
so cool. Like we're already
true.
invested in this.
now I'm gonna
nailed it.
let's look up Troubadours now.
I was going to look up Galileo's bank account now. We have his signature down.
Get a social.
Oh, that's right.
Ticket to Ride. What's coming from Ticket to Ride next?
What
could it be?
More?
Books.
Books.
But not
Right,
just any old
books.
books. Books for middle school novels. So there's a new
What?
Andrews
understand.
McMeel Publishing is now the official publisher for the Ticket to Ride. They got the license for that. They're going to focus on middle grade novels. It's going to be authored by Adrian Kress, who wrote the licensed Bendy and the Ink Machine series.
Okay.
Okay.
I've heard of that.
In the game, that talks about the game. It's like, this game is so well known and so rich in storytelling, says someone who's never played it. Come on. That is such a bull.
can
Look,
see
I
that.
love Ticket to Ride,
Right.
but come on.
What is
Page
happening?
1, draw a card. Page 2, draw a card. Page 3,
No, you're still drawing cards.
draw a
Oh, you're
card.
still drawing
first
cards.
20
I wonder if it's going to be more based off the legacy version and kind of something
wonder,
like
I
that.
wonder.
I mean, because you can pull story from that.
Look, the bottom
From what I
line is
understand from you
that
guys,
you
I've
can
played.
make middle school stories about the Old West and trains.
Oh,
It'd
that's
be very
exciting.
easy
Oh, yeah.
to do, you know.
And if it gets middle schoolers to play Ticket to Ride, then
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's a good game
Yeah.
for middle schoolers, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Still, that's an odd announcement.
Because only children play Ticket to Ride.
I don't play Ticket to Ride.
I'm waiting for my middle school books based on Batala Serta's games. That's
All right, next we have
Kanban.
Magic the Gathering.
Oh, I meant to take
Has
that.
we'll just go to the next slide.
Yeah.
But that was some button shy stuff.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering has a Clue crossover.
Can you believe that?
Well, there already was a D&D one
Oh, okay.
for Clue. So this is Murders at Karlov Manor
wait.
in Ravnica.
What?
You can play
So,
Clue
I
with
mean, I'm
Magic.
telling you, I just a while ago said like, oh, it feels really bad that some of these folks
Yeah.
were laid off, but also, what are they doing over there?
No. This is different than you might think.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
Clue necessarily. It's a hybrid of Clue with Magic the Gathering.
Uh-huh.
This will come with 8 booster packs that are in the Jumpstart format.
Uh-huh.
You will use these cards to build a deck, and Wizard of the Coast has suggested that players will ask who, what, and where questions in order to gather evidence and eventually point to the perpetrator. This launches February 23rd, and everyone hates it. Oh, I'm sorry, and it supports 3 to 4 players.
I'm going to tap Mr. Green to bring Professor Plum into the mix. You got. You got plumbed.
You got to use the word Ravnica in there somewhere. I don't think you should be getting plumbed. Okay?
You Ravnica your
Okay,
way.
I mean, they did.
I'll Ravnica my way.
They did Conspiracy before this, which was a multiplayer-driven system mode.
Yeah.
There wasn't any of this like whodunit stuff in it, but it sounds interesting. I'm not sure I understand Is this actually thematically tied to Clue, or are they just saying it's Clue-like?
I mean, it's licensed with Clue.
It sounds
Okay.
more like a hybrid
Yeah.
of the two.
Because I don't mind if they
thought.
did like, hey, this Magic the Gathering format, whatever, is mystery-based
Yeah.
in a whodunit type way.
Right.
Using Clue characters in Ravnica? What?
I don't know if they're going to use Clue characters. I think they're going to.
It's so
Well,
bizarre.
there's-
Yeah, I don't know.
They're so
They're
iconic.
doing a
how
lot
would
of
you
bizarre
not?
stuff over there.
Game Night Pinball. Zen Studios has released Game Night Pinball Volume 1, which has 3 games based on Gloomhaven, Terraforming Mars, and Exploding Kittens.
Let's go.
Which, I gotta be honest, is my favorite use for exploding kittens. If there's a
That
pinball
is-
game
that
where I
is
shoot,
the best.
boom, I'm like, yes. I'll be playing that pinball game for
I know
hours.
you love exploding
So
kittens.
Zen Studios has a bunch of pinball, licensed and otherwise, I believe, on different devices.
Does anyone know where this is? Because I have Zen Pinball on my iPad. I love it.
Yes.
But about
Okay.
2 years ago, they just stopped adding new stuff. And I can't find anywhere else.
You need
Is
to
it,
update your iPad.
no. Is it only on like Steam now? Because
I don't-
playing on a computer seems so boring compared to playing on an iPad.
I just looked on my phone yesterday when I was compiling this stuff, and they've got like Family Guy, and
No. But that's not old.
that's old.
I mean, that's old stuff.
Okay.
They did Skyrim.
That was still up there.
Yeah, but I don't know. I could not find these on my iPad.
Why would you? I guess I'm confused.
Yeah, I
Why would
couldn't
you?
find this on my phone either.
Why would you play pinball on an iPad?
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, because you press the iPad like you hold it like this, and you press the buttons as a flipper. It's really, I really like it.
They've got
you can
really
even
good,
tilt it to tilt the.
Yeah, they've got really good physics engines in these. They
I
feel a lot
love
like
playing pinball like that.
The ball acts very realistic.
It's not comparable to a real pinball
No.
experience. I know
Okay,
that, but it is
something,
very
that's
fun.
something separate.
It's fun.
Interesting.
And they can also do things that they can't do.
right.
You know, they'll have like a Spider-Man will come out and fight Doctor Doom or something, and that's kind of cool.
I mean, or you
Nerd.
can tilt the iPad. You can't like tilt the pinball machine, or it's discouraged.
Well, but if you do that too much on your iPad, it will tilt.
that's
the
what I'm
machine.
saying.
Yeah. Oh, I get you.
I'm
You're
saying you
in real
can't
life.
in real life. You should
Well,
not.
I wouldn't say
Yeah,
you
what is the
can't.
whole
It's
tilting
discouraged.
thing? Is that an actual thing that people do with pinball machines?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like-
They'll jam it.
Like, tilt the whole machine, or is there
Wait,
like a
that's a
mechanism
thing?
to do that?
Yeah, so you would kind of. You don't actually lift it off the ground.
No,
but
no,
you're
you bump it.
You're bumping it as hard as you can to make the pinball not go out.
Right.
To the point where, after a certain year, they started building that in machines where you
Yes.
get like tilt warnings. You could even so the goal would be to tilt as much as you could without.
Without.
Wait, they want you to do that to the machines?
No, they don't want you to.
Oh, it's a
That's the
warning
whole
not to
don't
do
want
it,
you
not
to,
like.
but they
Because if
realize
you
that
tilt,
there's
you
gonna be
lose your
stuff.
turn. And do you lose the? Do they?
No, you
cut
lose the ball.
Game? You lose the ball, right?
You lose the ball when you tilt too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
But they build it in all these games now where sometimes you try to tilt. You try to see how far you can get.
On
Yeah.
the iPad or in real life? I'm confused
Both.
again.
Real life, yeah.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
not particularly good at it, so
Wow.
every time I'm like, I'll try to tilt, I go, "Ah," and then they're like, tilt, I lose my balls. I'm like, okay, I guess I won't try
I'm
that
terrible
again.
at tilting pinball machines, but I'm really good at tilting.
At windmills?
No, cake vending machines.
That's
Really
a more
good at
useful
that.
skill,
By the way,
I
I
think.
had a
Arguably.
glorious moment. I was driving across Florida last week, and I needed something to stay
Cake.
awake.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was gummies. And I went, and there was a pack that was almost falling off, and I was like, well, it happens. I did it, and I got 2.
Oh,
I was so pleased.
look, that's
Highlight
bucket
of your
list
life right
Came
there.
early for
Then
you.
I walked out of the parking lot, saw a kid crying, and he ate candy, and walked by him.
Oh,
And
that's
that did not
fantastic.
happen.
Checks out. It was also your son, but
Oh my gosh. Oh, goodness me.
All right, moving on.
Dark.
Cafe Barras. I don't know what the fascination with being a barista is in board games. Do board game designers
Come
want to
on.
be baristas?
think-
capybaras, that's cute, though.
I think it's an excuse to make it a
Yes.
capybara game.
Yes.
And it's Roberta Taylor who did Creature Comforts
Mm-hmm.
and this new Maple Valley, which I haven't played yet.
I do like me some capybaras.
Yeah.
Those are my babies.
It's a cute pun, and I think
Yeah.
kids table board games.
Oh, sure.
It's going to be a solid game, right? I think it's a card game. I assume. I think it's a smaller box.
Oh, it's one of those.
I
Oh.
believe so. I believe so.
Trick
All right.
taking.
Unlock. I'm excited about this. Another Unlock is coming. I always get worried that these games will fade off, right? Because they stop selling. But this is, I think, the 13th Unlock now at this point or something. This
What
is.
is the middle one?
Is this not a sequel to the one that's like based on video gamey type stuff? Or?
I don't think they're sequels. They just pick,
okay.
They're just picking new adjectives to put in front of adventures. This one is extraordinary.
Got it.
This one has Restart, Hollywood Confidential, and the WAFF Odyssey. So Restart must be the fantasy one.
Oh my gosh! Look, a
That
little
middle one, the
space
WAF
dog.
Odyssey. You are blasting off to a distant planet to unravel mysteries of new life forms. Restart, you're a pixelated adventure in a retro video game world. Maybe they do a little bit of time stories thing there.
Maybe, yeah.
And then the other one is just like noir,
Like
which I'm
Hollywood
actually.
Confidential.
That's the one I'm most interested in, the noir one, because that sounds like it'd be a great unlock experience.
No, I want that little puppy, little space puppy.
Well, hey, good
Well done.
news. This is coming out in less than a month.
Yeah.
Not like
Right around the corner.
crowdfunded.
I love how
I
the
get so
dog
excited.
is the mask
The
is covering
focal
his
point.
eyes, but not his breathing apparatus.
Yeah, no, it's because he's going through space. You got to keep the wind. It's like riding a motorcycle. Just like
All right.
Would his ears flop in space?
No,
I think they're just,
no
like,
one can hear
glued
you
back.
flop.
Right. Yeah.
No,
You like
no.
9 tiles.
You're right. That'd be adorable. It'd just be like floating here. Oh my gosh! I need to go to space with the dog.
You like 9 tiles. 9 tiles, a fairly overrated game from Oink.
I really, really, really want you to read the headline. Okay, yeah.
Fine. The headline says publishers use IP freely. Yes! What are you, 6? Come on. Anyway.
Going on? Oh wow!
Anyway,
Look,
9
honestly,
tiles from
yeah.
Oink has sold over 200,000 copies.
And
So-
they've already had like a Pokemon version of it, and now they've got
Now they got Mickey and Friends.
and then the Minions, yeah.
And you know why they can do Mickey and Friends? Because they don't got to pay the money for
Right.
it.
So that one's 9 tiles.
Could be in
and-
public domain.
Really?
Yeah, it is. And then Minion, unfortunately, is
That
a
one you gotta
redo
pay.
of the tomato game, which was not
Is that what that is?
Yes.
Oh
What game is it?
no!
good. There's a game called Tomato or something like that.
Tomato.
Tomato motto.
Yeah.
You put a bunch of, you just put out cards, you just got to keep saying tomato motto,
It's different.
They have
motto.
syllables.
or they have tomato, right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
There's
yeah.
a couple other syllables too.
Yeah, and like you play one and then have to say the entire thing.
That's
It's
the
really
game.
bad.
It's
It's very,
pretty- it's pretty
it's one of the
silly.
worst
Oh my gosh!
games ever made.
Unfortunately, I think my son
See,
would
Mike,
love that.
Mike cannot bring himself to say an Oink game is bad. He'll go, that's
No.
pretty silly.
No.
It's not that.
No, I don't like tomato.
No, it's
Say it's a bad
trash.
game.
It's bad.
Okay, there we go.
It's
Oh.
trash.
Yeah, it's not
Also,
good.
me
Pizza
your
designed
wallet.
it.
He did not.
But
design
there's
it.
also like a 90% chance that my son would play that game because it has the
100%.
minions and absolutely love it. I see about 50 games of that
Camille's
in
gonna
my
come to work,
future.
go many.
Well,
Ah!
luckily it's very hard to get
onion,
hold of.
onion,
It's
onion,
only
mini
in
onion.
It's
Korea.
really hard to get a hold of.
Here, it's only in
Fantastic.
Korea. Both of these are only in Korea.
love it.
Just like the EV point salads. Only
And
Korea.
speaking of that, EV Point Salad, do you like your Pokemon? Because now there is going to be Splendor Pokemon.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Also, Splendor, what's the other one?
Bag of chips.
Bag of chips.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Again, these are both
I
Korean.
want both of these for the next Tower
Yes,
Library. Because I
100%.
know people will play them.
I think it's going to do really well.
Yeah.
I have no interest in either of
I
Splendor
don't like Pokemon.
nor Pokemon.
And I
but-
still think I'm more interested in that theme than the actual Splendor theme.
Yeah, oh, I agree.
Yeah.
What Splendor thing?
right.
Shush. You.
And that one has it has the Space Cowboys logo, so it's something that they're partnering with Korea Board Games
That's
on.
Oh,
Cool.
nice.
Yeah,
right out of the
that's
gate.
Splendor Pokemon. That's neat.
That's going to
That's
be
cool.
It actually almost fits.
It does almost fit.
It does kind of fit, yeah, like the catching them.
You
and
gotta
so,
catch
yeah,
them all.
Gotta
You
catch
gotta
them all.
grill all the Pokemon.
Yeah, you do. They're delicious.
Well, one's already on fire. You just have a good head start.
I make that one, cook the other ones for me. It's real morbid.
All right. A couple new games coming from Garfield Games. We got The Anarchy. Wait.
I
The
think.
Anarchy? Isn't Anarchy? It doesn't have a...
No, there's a historical reason for it,
Oh, okay.
Is
And
that
then
a...
like an event.
Scarabray. The
Scarabray, I think.
Scarabray, sorry.
Yeah.
The Scarabray is a midweight resource management game set in Neolithic northern Scotland.
I love it.
And then The Anarchy is a mechanical sequel to Hadrian's Wall, set in 12th century England.
I love that. A mechanical sequel?
Meaning that it's going to be another probably dual sheet roll and write.
No, that makes sense. It's a mechanical sequel. Stop saying this nonsense of spiritual sequel.
Yeah.
It's a mechanical sequel.
You like that better?
I do.
That
Or
just
a
seems
flip
very
and right.
soulless.
It is.
That's fair.
I love Hadrian's Wall, so I'm excited about that.
The other one speaks to
That
me.
looks great.
The
too.
Scarabray
Scarabray,
is
I like-
it's not the mechanical sequel.
No, that
Okay.
one's a spiritual sequel.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
that one is a Shem Phillips solo design.
Okay.
And the Anarchy is Bobby Hill, who did Hadrian's Wall.
Oh,
Got it.
okay.
I like prehistory themes.
Yes.
This, that's prehistory, right?
Absolutely.
I like
you
the-
said what? You said Neolithic?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
It seems really
New
cool.
Stone Age,
That
yeah.
does.
All right. A new trend has begun.
Let's go.
Let's take Euro games and stick them in other countries.
Right.
We've seen this
Done.
now with Great Western Trail.
Yes.
Here we have Nucleum Australia. I don't know how I feel about this because How many of the same game do you want to keep playing over and over again? It used to be that these were expansions, like Power Grid had all of its expansions, Ticket to Ride as expansions. Now they're just straight up whole new games.
So this is standalone?
I don't think this is standalone. If you see what it says
Let me
there.
rephrase what I said here.
I believe
It's an expansion. I take back. You just ruined my whole opening.
Wow, you're
Yeah, that
so
was
negative,
definitely
Tom.
Michael did that.
Wow.
Yep.
I mentioned somebody. He didn't correct me off
No,
screen.
I thought you meant just taking something and moving it to a different location in general. Not,
Oh, that is.
not a standalone thing.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be more changes too. I'm
Sure.
sure this is fantastic.
Well, this game has been very popular for them
Yeah, it
already.
has.
So
Wasn't this like? Was this Chris's #1 of the year or someone?
might have been Chris
Maybe
or
Definitely spoil it.
Wendy, I don't know.
no. Everyone's
They already
they've
know
all had
already.
theirs.
I know, but no one's seen it.
Ouch. Jeez.
People time to- No, I mean, it was like yesterday.
Chris would have been 3 days
Whatever.
ago, but yeah.
All right.
Anyway, here's the
Do you
top
like-
10, okay? Here's what it was. Number 10.
Do you like that cover better than the other one? Because you didn't want to, it was you, right, that didn't like the Nucleum cover? You found it like
I did not
Uncanny
like
Valley?
the Nucleum cover. I think this cover is much better.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Star Trek Into the Unknown.
Yeah,
this
so
is
this
from
is a
WizKids.
WizKids, yeah.
They're not doing board games, but they're
Crossover
still going to
with Frozen 2.
do. There's WizKids is doing miniature games still. This one has some interesting bases here.
Yeah,
To
what is
the-
that? They click
Yeah.
together or something?
Or the tokens go in
yeah.
there? Is
wonder.
it for,
It's a rendering, so I can't, like, my eyes are going googly looking at it. Do you put just the
Googly
base
moogly.
hold stuff?
It's just giving a bunch of.
yeah, it looks like the ship slots into it like with the you know
Sure,
like
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And like Camilla, I couldn't tell if those were. I'm starting to think now that they're not tokens, that they are click-togethers, because if you look at that left, the top left, that looks
Yeah.
like something slots into that. Maybe?
and the one on the right looks like it's slanted down, like it would
Yeah,
go into another.
yeah.
Which, man, I was excited. If it's like tokens,
Yeah.
I would love bigger bases that handle like hit points and statuses and stuff like that. Like, I'd be a huge fan of that because I hate it if you move a miniature and you have to like take all these tokens with it and keeping it square on the board. So
I'm assuming
had
it's
my
tokens,
hopes up for
but
a minute.
Yeah, I don't know.
they're not showing it in any of these pictures.
That one image, though, of the stats for that ship looks so busy.
My goodness.
yeah.
Yeah, it just
Yowza.
means
Yeah.
it, but that means it's probably a more complex game, which I think a lot of people are going to like that.
Yeah.
For this stuff, I mean, yeah, those type of gamers probably like more of the stats and the.
Yeah. All right.
All right, couple announcements that we get to make about Dice Tower Essentials.
Get ready,
Ayo,
folks. This is
ayo.
a world exclusive announcement.
Maybe.
on the Winter Spectacular.
So first of all, vegetable stock.
Yeah.
Love it.
Now this is not the way the game is going to look. It's going to have a redone theme, and I believe it's coming later 2024. But this is a great little filler game.
Yes.
Fantastic. We've enjoyed this one. Chris has been touting this one for a long time.
Yeah.
And if you've come to one of the Dice Tower conventions, he may have taught it to you.
What's the new theme?
Oh, I think it's still vegetable stock. I'm just
they
saying
said
the
it's
art
amazing.
is different. This art is very
Oh,
similar
okay.
to, well, it looks a lot like Point Salad and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I know they're redoing it. Very excited about this one. Great
Yes.
little game. Don't go out of your way to hunt down veggie stock. You can get this one. You know, this whole time I thought the game was called Veggie Stock.
I made that mistake this morning. I always call it veggie stock.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why we've been calling it that, but anyhow.
Maybe you
I've
need to
never
call
heard
it
that.
veggie
No.
stock then.
And then, and this is one we've known about for a while, but we're announcing Ras, A Dance of Love. This is from Mihir Shah, and it is about Indian dancing.
Right.
And it involves rotating boards.
You place dice in.
The dice are, there's dice on these boards, and they're kind of mixing and matching. These boards are mixing, and people are dancing with each other. It's a really cool theme.
Yes.
And it's a great game.
It looks beautiful on the
That's
table,
cool.
too, just in the prototype. I'm assuming Arcane Wonders is going to do some.
Sure. And I don't know when this one is coming out exactly, but it is coming. This is, again, this is not the final cover or anything. This is just a prototype. If you get a chance and come to a Dice Tower convention, I'm sure Mihir will be there and show you the game, because I've never seen him not do that.
Me
Yeah,
neither.
that's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
And he's also a very good human being and teacher. So you got
Yeah, I've
that
not
too.
had a chance to play this with him yet. It's like multiple times, but it's always like Dice Tower East when I'm
Yeah,
busy or something like
it's
that. So it's,
Pretty slick.
yeah, I do look forward to it though.
And that, folks, is the news. We'll be right back with our punishments.
Hi, I'm Anne from Game Like a Mother. I specialize in games that can be played in 20 minutes or less, and today I want to talk about a couple of our new go-to kid games that are great choices for family gatherings. Many people are familiar with the game Mantis by Exploding Kittens. In this game, you have a card in the center that has 3 different pictures on the back of what it could be, the color of the card, and you get to choose a person around the table that you flip the card over on, and if it matches any of their stacks of cards, you get to collect those cards, and if you choose instead to play the card from the center on yourself, if it matches any of your stacks of cards, you get to bank those cards, and that's how you win the game. So it's really fun, it's very simple. Cards are going all over the table. Exploding Kittens basically made a preschool version of this game called The Best Worst Ice Cream, and we love this game for kids, and it's worth getting even if you have Mantis, because there's a few key differences. Mainly, there's nobody stealing cards from you. It is surprising how much that just really upsets kids, even regular Mantis sometimes, where you say, oh, you're gonna be able to steal it back, it's not a big deal. They just don't like it. So that's been eliminated in The Best Worst Ice Cream. There's this central playing area where you get to and you don't have to pick who you're playing it on. You just choose which stack in the center to play it on. And it's the same general concept. There's a few pictures on the back of the card. You flip it over on a stack, and then if you get the right stack, you get to collect those cards, and they go in your ice cream cone. And I mean, good job, Exploding Kittens. It's just playfully a little bit naughty because it's gross flavors of ice cream. There are snails, eyeballs, worms, even pizza ice cream. Gross idea. So kids love that. It's super cute. And they even changed the name on the box from being it's not made by Exploding Kittens, it's made by Kittens, so you don't have to explain the explosion part to your preschooler. Another game that they just came out with this new line of like preschool geared games. And the other one is Hurry Up Chicken Butt, which is a playful take on hot potato. And this is so great because they have activities for you to be doing when instead of a hot potato in your hand, you're holding this little plastic chicken that's clear and has a die inside. So the chicken is clucking quietly, it's not loud, and you roll the dice inside the chicken and you have to do whatever activity corresponds to the color that you rolled. So it can be a thing like you're having to describe everyone's clothes in a funny voice, or you have to waddle like a duck around the circle, or you're sticking out your tongue 5 times, or you can have if it's pink, then you have to go and run to wherever the little chicken butt token is, wherever you've placed it around the room, and you slap it, and then you come back, and then you pass the little chicken around, and then just the game ends whenever the chicken goes cock-a-doodle-doo or makes a little noise. Then whoever's the last person to make an action is the winner of the round. And I like this because it changes it from being about who wins and loses to just the experience of the game. Kids are laughing, it's so funny, they still want to win, but they had a good time, win or lose, and the game's so short, you can keep on playing it until everybody's had a chance to win. And these games have larger age range than you think. There are ages 4 and up, but we've played these. I have kids ages 4 to 11. And so the older kids will have friends come over, and these are like the easiest playdate games to get out because they are so simple and they're so fun. So for Halloween, Hurry Up Chicken Butt was the game of the night. My kids had friends over, and so we just got this out, and 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds were running around having a blast playing this game. So it has more staying power than you think. The Best Worst Ice Cream is great if you're an adult who wants to play a game with your child and you want to just get to sit there and have something calm and nice. And if you're a cool parent, then you can do Hurry Up Chicken Butt. But it is quite active, and usually I'll do a sample game or 2 to get the kids going. I can read off cards if they need help, and then I get out and just watch the fun, because it's fun even if you have just a handful of kids playing. Doesn't have to be a bunch, it's a good time. So check them out. That's it for me today. You can check out more of my content on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and back to the folks in the studio.
All right. At the beginning of this year, me, Mike, and Z made predictions. You probably don't remember any of them.
I remember 0 of them.
All right. Well, I wrote them all down. We also said if we thought the other person's prediction was correct or not.
So
Okay.
this is 30 individual predictions?
No, I did like 8 and they each did 5.
Done.
Okay, all right.
Also,
Got it.
this slight spoiler, we're not good prognosticators. Okay. All right.
Don't start calling us Nostradamus.
All right. So first, I said me and Z had a crossover of all things. Do you remember that one?
No.
I said that one of the 3 big online card games, like Hearthstone or Snap or whatever the
Would
third
be
one's called,
physical, right?
would become a physical game. And Z was more specific. He said a Marvel Snap would be Kickstarted or something, and that did not happen at all.
Nah.
What about the
That's
Binding
pretty-
of Isaac?
You said Marvel Snap.
I meant Binding of Isaac.
I think that's a pretty decent prediction, though.
Yeah, it's a great
Thank you.
idea.
Carry it over for next year.
It
Try
didn't
again.
happen, but it's a great idea.
I
I mean, you
wonder
still
now-
failed. I want to be clear.
Yeah.
I'm curious what Marvel Snap
Don't
numbers...
judge my Dr. Campus. Good.
Okay. I don't...
So cute.
I'm curious what the numbers of Marvel Snap are now compared to when it started off.
Yeah, I wonder too.
Higher.
You think so?
What?
Like active users.
I don't know. I think so. I think it's doing tremendously well.
I think so too. I know that it was mentioned, like it won an award for like best digital game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that you know what's interesting? It won they do these big gaming awards. They just happened, like
Okay.
video game awards. By the way, did you
Yeah,
know
the Gamer
E3
Awards.
is out of business. That's done.
Really?
They just canceled forever.
Whoa, I did not know that.
But anyway, there's a big video game awards. I don't remember what they're called, but they just happened like last week.
The Gamer Awards.
The Gamer Awards, yeah.
that's right.
There's always controversy, blah blah blah, but they're very well known. But they didn't do like last year. The best digital thing was Marvel Snap. So I was like, ooh, I wonder what this year is. And
Right.
there was no award for that this year,
Wow.
which I thought was weird.
Interesting.
Anyway, that was my first. So fail. Mike's first thing was he said a print and play design would break Board Game Geek top 500.
I saw a print and play design?
You did say that.
Wow.
A print and play that then gets a full
Yeah,
production?
because-
Like it started as a print and play? No,
I
like
bet I
actually
meant
print and
like
play.
something
Okay.
like what Dunstan was doing or is doing.
What Joey tries to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the highest ranked print and play?
I
You
can't
gotta
even
show us
find
things.
it.
People
You
are
had
confused.
said it in the episode, and I didn't write down what you said. I forget what you said, but I
What are you
looked
gonna do,
that
get
one.
him back?
It didn't happen.
Okay, it
Okay,
did not
get him
happen.
back.
Look, I can accept
mine.
when I am wrong.
He's so
Well,
cute.
good,
I
because
love
this is you're gonna get a
sign of things to come.
lot of that here. All right, I said that in the top 20 games of, oh, I said 20. Oops,
sound does it make?
I need to quick do
Oh, no.
a recheck thing here. I might be right.
No,
okay, so I said in the
it
top
doesn't make
20
sound like
games that
that.
came out in
Plushy.
of this year,
He's so cute.
that 6 of them
Like the eyes.
would be IPs.
There you go.
Freely.
Rawr.
Okay.
Will you knock
He's
it
on
off?
his shoulder like the little goblin.
So what do you think? Am I right or
There you
wrong?
go.
I don't know. We got
the
like
top
another whole
6
thing going on over there. We got the
Yeah, can
the
we calm
space-
down with the cat
we
here?
got
We're trying
the
to talk
space
about
Not
cat.
a
is it
cat.
space?
It's a space cat.
I will eject the cat and anyone
Cat
touch
octopus.
the cat.
It's Octocat.
What is
There-
its name? Do we have a name for it yet?
No,
That was hurtful,
Bucephalus.
Tom. That was really
I
hurtful.
don't care. Touch it.
Isn't it Bucephalus the Octocat?
My feelings are suffering
I thought
right
that's
now.
what it was. Didn't we settle
What
on
is
that?
it?
You've got your
Bucephalus,
support.
the
You just made that up
Octocat.
on the spot
Eucephalus?
right
That's
now.
terrible. That's a disease, isn't it?
No,
it
it's
should
the
be.
name of a horse.
A diseased horse?
No.
Maybe.
Its name is Growth. Okay, what do we got here, Tom?
I said of the top 20 games,
Yes.
that 6 of them at least would be intellectual property
Right.
games.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
answer is
Ooh.
only 2 were.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh.
You bombed it.
What do you think those 2 were?
So these are in the top 20?
Yes, ranked games.
Dune.
Yes, good call.
That came out in 2023.
Oh,
Oh,
Dune.
Dune Uprising.
What was the question?
IP, games, in the
like
top
games
20.
based on intellectual property in the top 20 from this year, he's saying, though. Jeez, really?
IP
There's
games in
2?
the top 20.
Yep, 2. One we mentioned yesterday, or 2 days ago in our top surprises, which is the Star Wars
Oh,
deck
Star Wars
building
deck
game.
building game. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
The other
okay.
is the Witcher game.
Really?
The top 20?
Really?
Yep.
Of the year, Mike, not top 20 ever.
Still?
you know
On
what I mean?
BGG.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
on
Still
BGG, and I was like,
surprising.
On
whoa.
BGG, yeah, but
But
the top
of the
20
year,
of
I
just
meant
that
like
year.
the whole ranking. Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow, I would have thought maybe Frostpunk was higher, but it's really
Frostpunk
big.
is not 23, but yes.
It's
Okay.
not.
I think it's 22.
It's
Okay.
definitely 23 because it was on somebody's
It
23.
might be-
BGG has it as 22, but we didn't get it till 23. And I asked you this beforehand if that was okay, and you said yes.
That's fine. I'm not counting it for this particular
You
prediction.
still bombed it, even if you
I'm just
averaged
saying.
it.
Doesn't matter.
You
It's
bombed
23.
it.
Here's your chance to shine, Z.
Give me. I know
Z
I got
said
at least one.
there would be unexpected hits from an unexpected country. Then he called out the country specifically. He said it would be either India or Brazil.
Nailed it on both counts.
Oh.
You definitely nailed the Brazil one.
Brazil, yeah.
World Wonder.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I think that's a cheat.
How's that a cheat?
You knew about World Wonders,
No,
sir.
he didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
World Wonders, I went in like March of this year, and I never even
Oh, and
heard of
that's
it.
where you. It wasn't until you went to
no.
Brazil you got. I thought it was before Brazil that you knew
Nope,
about.
that
it.
was the first time I ever heard about it. He was basing
Maybe we
it
heard about
on
it so
Comic
much.
Hunters.
Oh.
It's,
So he
good,
did
it's a
it.
good prediction.
So
he
he
got it right.
did
I got it
have
right.
inside
Yeah, I
I think
got it
Brazil, so he
right.
did
I
have
got
it.
it right.
He got it right. All right.
Where's my cookies, sir?
They're out there.
They're out there.
Cosmoctocat. I like that one.
All right, Mike said
Yes.
that there would be a micro games renaissance, because that's Mike's second favorite word. That there
Micro
would be-
games or Renaissance? Those are one and two.
There would be
yeah.
a backlash to the big giant games,
Yeah.
and there would be a lot more micro games coming out.
Use a dummy.
I'm
I
There's
know.
not a micro
No,
games
no.
Okay.
renaissance.
Have you
There-
heard of Nemesis to the tune of $10 million?
I'm not
Okay.
talking about that.
No, but here's the thing. There have been, for one big game, there's like 10 card games
I
that have
agree.
come
That's
out.
No, that's always been the
always.
case.
I don't,
But
maybe
now
y'all
that
just
might
talk
be the
about it more
dumbest
now,
thing
but
Mike
oh
Mike
my
has ever
gosh.
predicted.
Well,
If I see
give me
one
time.
more
Give me
trick-taking
time.
game.
I could do better.
No,
than that.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Mike. You was wrong on that one. There was a few micro games that came out this
You
year.
really
but
should
not
have
many.
stuck with the trick-taking Renaissance.
It's not too late to change your picture
Save
on the
that
shirt.
picture.
I'm telling you. I will agree to disagree.
No, Mike.
I say I'm right. No,
There was a renaissance.
not a renaissance. The only real renaissance is there's two, but that's
Not only
okay.
that, the games keep getting bigger this year. It got worse.
I feel like it's
No,
definitely
I don't
more
agree
like
with that.
like there is a lot more small, and then the games are bigger.
I
but
think
there,
there is a reaction against
There's
these big
so much.
boxes
Oh,
now.
I'm there with you
Yeah.
on that. I just don't think that's hit the publishing arm.
It's getting close.
I'll
I
see
hope
Jeffrey's
so.
got my back. There's an increase in talk about small games.
Yeah.
That's it. You guys
Yes.
are trick
No,
taking.
okay? No, you be quiet.
Well, all
Sounds
right.
like
I said-
what, card game. No, who's
I said that Frosthaven would not make the Board Game Geek Top 100. That it would be popular, but it wouldn't hit the top 100.
Did it?
It's number what? 70 something?
It's number 41.
There you go.
Oh,
And then on top of that, I said not only that, but no game from 2022 would make the top 100.
Oh, you're
And
wrong.
two
there.
games made
Yeah,
top
yeah.
100.
Wow.
One of them was Frosthaven. What was the other one?
Well, now that's interesting.
2022.
Is Earth a 2022 release?
No, it's
it's a
23.
2023.
No, Earth is 2023.
Right.
You're saying 2022 releases, right?
Yep.
That was too long ago.
That was too long. I'm trying to think
Oh,
of
no.
what
It's in the top 100?
I just covered my 2020.
You
I
both
know.
disagree with me, and you both mentioned the game that made the top 100 when it happened. You called me on it, and I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that game. I don't think it will hit the top 100 because it will be popular, but it wouldn't be a game that would make the top 100.
Give
it
us
was a
like
game of
5
the people.
choices.
It's. If I give you the publisher, you'll know it.
Could it be
Okay.
Heat?
It is Heat.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Heat is
22.
at
You're right. Yeah.
54.
Is it from Days of Wonder?
Is it a racing game?
I think you're not. I don't think you're not doing this 20 questions. The two games that almost made it:
Uh-huh.
115 Carnegie
Okay.
Oh.
and 111 Oathsworn.
Oh.
And when I said the list, that was I was like, I'm worried Oathsworn might make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Because
Heat came out of nowhere.
Heat.
I
Yeah,
think
no,
Oathsworn will eventually break into it, though. It's got the reprint
Yeah, I
coming
think it
up,
will.
and I think it's going to be a more slow burn game.
I wonder, it's interesting in the top 100 because only so many 100 games can be
Yeah.
in it. So every year it should be theoretically harder to make the list.
You would think.
Yeah.
Right.
Mike,
Yes.
you said that Glory to Rome would be rethemed and re-released. Z said no really loudly. I agreed with you.
That was a lie.
Not a lie.
I didn't want to. I was trying to do the Maury thing, but I decided not to. Yeah, it's. I thought maybe, because it's still talked about all the time. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I know that there's legal issues, but I would have thought that enough money would make those legal issues.
That's how they.
You know what I mean?
How it works.
I don't get it.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Z said that Board Game Geek in 2023, you were very, very shooting for the moon to this one, would say there was a new #1 that came out this year that would shoot to #1 on Board Game Geek.
Wow.
A game not even out.
Can we now say that was the stupidest prediction
Is that Trump?
from last year?
Well, only 2 games from 2023 have hit the top 300.
Oh.
Earth made it to 203.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Darwin's Journey made it to 197.
That is surprising me. I didn't realize Darwin's Journey was that popular.
Again, heavy Euro, BGG.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. With the
I think the
audience,
game
yeah.
that's gonna make it to #1 from 2022 or 2023.
23.
It hasn't come out yet. It's got about 2 weeks.
All right, I said something very similar. I said the next mega hit game would come out this year, the next Wingspan, the next Code Names, the next Ticket to Ride. And I love this year. We've had many, many great games, but nothing. I mean,
don't think so.
Earth was big, but not that big.
I think that's the closest. I was thinking
Yes.
Earth would be the closest contender for that, as well as I think it has the most legs of the
Yes.
ones I would
Actually,
think
let's
of.
see a way to kind of check that out.
Yeah, how do we even
Would
check
be
that?
to
That's
look
the problem.
when we would look at the number of ratings on Board Game Geek.
How's that possible?
What game do you think had the most ratings?
Had the most ratings from this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I would think Earth, but I'm thinking maybe it's more a...
No, it's Earth.
It is? Okay.
It's Earth, and there's not even a close second.
Okay.
A close second was the
What's that?
Star Wars deck building game.
Say it to me in
The
my
second,
brain.
sorry. Then Darwin's Journey, Castleberg, the Special Edition, Witcher.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Mike, you said that the BGG Top 100 would have a purely solo game break into its ranks. Did not happen.
No. What is the highest ranked purely solo
It's hard
game?
for me to tell because I
Okay.
don't know what they all are, but I looked up Falling Skies, which was the last one,
Yeah.
and that's 221. And then Final Girl, which is very popular,
That would be
the one I
is
was
at
thinking.
170.
I was
That
thinking
was the
Final
one I
Girl
was
or
thinking.
Final Girl or Legacy of You.
Legacy of You, but I don't-
eventually, and I think
Right.
that might take time, or like a second, like a sequel to it, or
I was
something like
I was
that.
specifically thinking that
Yeah.
Final Girl would break in, but I wanted to hedge my bets. You know what I mean? And see
Yeah.
if something else came up.
I am also surprised. Legacy of You is 1013.
That's too bad.
What is Final Girl? You said
It
170
is
something.
we're at 170. Yeah.
that has more content coming out. I think that could still
I
happen.
think, and I think it's a game that's going to continue to
Yeah.
gain people.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that'll
As
be in
it's
the top
branching
100.
out new IPs. Yeah.
Z, you have an iffy one here.
Huh?
You said, I swear, it's like you two with a fidget spinner, that there would be a big legal fallout from a big campaign that's
Oh, the
failed, that coming to a head.
Did it happen like 3
Illegal.
times? I mean, I don't know.
Not
I
to the
nailed
point
it.
of not to
I
the point of
nailed
being
it.
legal though.
That's the thing. The legal
There's
stuff
been-
hasn't
yeah.
happened, and part of that is unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know how you want to look at it. These angel investors, these people coming in, like Peterson Games really messed up, but then
They-
someone came in and paid to ship everyone their things.
Right.
Mythic has not had any major legal recourse, and they've gotten worse this year. And there's been a couple other companies that have gone out of business and stuff, but I haven't seen any major legal stuff.
No.
And even you were like, oh, or maybe 2024. So I guess we'll come back next year and
Yeah,
see.
the problem is, again, there are plenty of candidates.
Yeah.
The thing is the actual recourse, right? The legal recourse. I don't trust our United States Postal Service, is what it is.
And more you're seeing publishers bail out other publishers too, right? Like games that were promised and never delivered. Another
I
publisher
agree.
takes over and says,
Yeah.
we're delivering these to you on our dime.
Oh yeah.
At some point,
Like,
that's got to
Sweet
like
Mess,
not
just
keep
did that.
happening,
Yeah.
right? Because if it keeps happening, that makes me worried as a backer that a publisher's like, well, I'm sure it'll be
Hey,
a safety net.
yeah,
If things
someone
don't
will-
work out, someone will rescue me.
Someone will
I
deliver
don't
them.
like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't diminish the people who are being nice.
Right.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah,
right.
it
Yeah.
is.
It's hard to know how to take the stand on that. At the end of the day, because the backers get a game, and I'd rather a publisher save it and still get the game. That's why I backed a game. But what precedent does it set? Yeah, it's hard to take a stand.
I said the new Gloomhaven backer kit project would make between 10 and 15 million. Z disagreed. Mike agreed and said I was too low.
Oh.
It made 5 million.
Yikes.
Yeah.
They had 34,000 backers. Okay, so this sounds like the project was a complete
$5
failure.
billion is
Failed
a
at
bomb.
5
A
million.
bomb.
Yeah.
5 billion?
5 million. Yeah.
Were there any of your predictions that were not related to a Haven game?
No, it's all
It was
Gloomhaven.
all Gloom or Frosthaven, right?
I really thought that would be a bigger project. It
I
was
did
big,
too.
but then there was also so much in the project, I
Right.
think.
He's going to fall off right there. He's gonna fall
So who knows? Mike, I don't understand your final one. I went back and listened to it,
Okay.
but you were talking about Marvel United, and
Okay.
you said Fab 4 was going to be the newest character. This was a joke prediction on your thing.
Fantastic Four?
No, he said Fab 4. I don't know what he was saying. I listened to it, and you laughed, and I laughed, and I don't remember what we were talking about.
Fab 4?
Fab?
I don't know.
I literally said Fab 4 is going to be the newest Marvel United character?
Yes, and
And
then we
I
all
laughed
laughed.
at that?
We all
We
laughed.
all laughed.
I don't know what you were saying. Okay, well, anyway, back to real predictions. Z,
Anyway, he was wrong. I mean, I can
Yeah,
tell you that.
I'm
regardless.
not sure.
you said short legacy games would become a thing. Like 4 to 5 games, and then you can keep playing after that, you said.
There's been a couple of those,
I don't
right?
know if you've seen 4 to 5. We did see Arceus.
But then do you keep playing at the end, or is it done?
No, it's done.
Oh.
No, do you?
You don't.
You don't, okay. But I do think we've seen legacy and campaign games get shorter. We are down to like
It's
10
getting better,
to 15
yeah.
plays, and it's not the Gloomhaven, the Frosthaven, but we are seeing more going to the Spiral-bound books, and we're seeing more shorter campaigns, which I'm a huge fan of both.
I am
Me
too.
Huge as a campaign Ameritrash player. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that one's possibly just a slower burn, but I
It
think
could
it's
be.
coming.
No, I do too. And I think
the
it's part of that.
investment, from development-wise, in a
Fat
le-
Thor.
Got it. That makes way more sense now. Fat Thor.
That
Thor.
I remember I made
Fat 4? I couldn't figure out what he was
Fat Thor.
saying.
And the reason I made that prediction, jokingly kind of, was I was hoping that would kind of create some buzz for this and that they might actually do it. Because why not do Fat Thor?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean, what? Come on.
That would be
It's
a
a
funny
beloved-
April Fool's
They've
thing.
got
Based
Spider
on the
Pig.
comics, though.
Is it?
No, I could see him
Yes.
doing it.
Is it?
I can
Yes.
see him doing it. If you have that,
Well-
no. Get into the pop
I'm
rules
sorry,
a
is it
little bit.
again? I mean, I'll give you the same.
Yeah.
Then why hasn't
Yeah.
this happened? Issue 1, Fat Thor. Release them,
agree.
coincide them.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Release them concurrently.
I said I thought at Gen Con they were going to announce DC Champions. That did
that's
not happen.
interesting.
Yeah.
In fact, they haven't even given any hints towards that.
No, and they haven't even officially
Revive?
announced DC United.
I don't know
There
that.
you go, yeah, Revive
Don't
is a
ruin my
short legacy
prediction for
slash
next-
campaign.
If you make
That's
that your
cool.
prediction, we all three are going to do it.
What prediction are you making?
Hmm?
That there's going to be a DC United. They've already said so.
I didn't say that last year because
Basically.
I thought I would say DC Champions. I thought that'd be more interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Z,
I want
you
both of
said
those.
What did I say?
again. This was kind of a joke prediction. You said, but
No,
I
I
don't get
nailed it.
You said there would be a roll and write. The roll and write Woodcraft would be then published as an actual published game. We must have been talking about it that morning or something because I didn't even know there was a roll and write Woodcraft. It was a print and play, and you said for some reason
Oh, that
it'd
they'll
be
make it
published.
an actual product?
Is it?
No,
I don't think so.
but then you made your hopeful prediction that you've made like the last 6 years in a row.
This is my favorite one every year. Hang it on the tree and wait for it to blossom.
What is it?
It's that they were going to be a living card game from Fantasy Flight Games based on Fallout is my thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing, okay? I want to have credit.
For
Magic the
Magic,
Gathering
yeah.
is coming out with a Fallout set.
Yep.
I want half credit.
Half credit.
I get at least as much credit as Mike gets for Fat Thor.
I had one correct prediction.
Oh.
I said Gen Con 2023 would revert to Gen Con 2019 numbers and be pretty much back to normal. And it was 100% that way.
Yeah.
For good or for bad.
Right. Is this true? Fat Thor is in God of War Ragnarok?
He might be.
Well, a Thor. Yes, not
okay.
that Thor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Thor
yeah,
is
yeah.
in that game.
Right.
And he's probably a big fat guy, I guess. Yeah.
And then the last one I said would be that a big game designer would retire. And you both disagree because you said it might happen, but they wouldn't announce it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. I mean, if you want to be morbid.
No.
That's not retiring. It's retiring,
No.
but not retiring.
No, that's not what
You
we
don't know
meant.
where I was going.
We all know
You
where
said
you
the
were
word
going.
morbid.
Also, Z, did you notice that by making 8 predictions to our 5, what he was essentially doing was giving himself much better odds.
You could have
Yeah.
did more predictions, but
Yeah.
you only wanted to do 5.
You gave
I
us
think my predictions were generally closer. If I'm throwing darts, I'm getting closer to the center
You are.
on more of them.
It's not a contest.
It's 100% a contest. I get 2 cookies out of this at least. I'm Fat Thor.
Actually, you did get.
You did well. You did well.
We all got one prediction right.
Yeah, but I got 2 predictions half right.
2 halves don't make a whole.
Yeah, round down.
That's exactly
that's
how
how
it works.
math works,
They
yeah.
taught math.
Wow. That's why he's not a teacher anymore.
I feel so validated.
All right, folks. In 30 minutes, 40 minutes. No, 34 minutes. Okay.
34.
We'll split the difference.
Again, math.
We'll be. It's eyesight, not math. It's me thinking I said 50, then it's like, no, it's just. Never mind.
I love explaining my jokes. It's great.
Talk to me, man. What's happening? It's 33 minutes now.
In the next episode, I'll be doing this by myself, like it used to be. Anyhow, Board Game Smorgasbord, it will be ending here, and then we'll be back in 30 minutes,
minutes. yes.
and we're going to be doing games. We're going to start with Knee Deep in Hexes. We have some other games coming your way, and
Top
more top 10
tens.
lists. And then later on this afternoon, we'll be doing, me, Mike, and Z will be doing our top 10 games. And then after that, the blooper reel that we finish every year with. So,
I haven't seen it. I'm looking forward to it.
I haven't seen it either.
I haven't
I
seen
told
it.
Chris
Yeah,
I don't
no.
want to see it till
Yeah.
everyone
Right,
else
right,
watches
right.
it live.
I'll make popcorn.
Yeah, I know you will. So, one last thing before we go. Don't forget that the whole thing here has been sponsored by the World Series of Board Gaming.
Yes.
And there's a contest that you can win an entry to one of those events. And even if you don't, you should definitely consider coming. We did a Q&A to talk about it, and you can learn a lot about it. We're going to be there. We hope to see you there. We'll see you in 30 minutes. I'm Tom Vassell,
I'm Mike DeLisio.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Z Garcia.
and that is Bucephalus the cat.
Oh, look at him.
Bucephalus.